What's up, Raiders? Bionic here. Welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video where we are going to obviously talk about Spider Stage 20 with my new team relatively fast. What I mean by that is that it's not the fastest my account can do. I've done like about 28 seconds before, but instead what this is a team without legendaries, reusing some champions that I use elsewhere in the game. Okay, so we're gonna go through a run and then I will talk about the champions. Let's get going. I'll say quickly, I did have to modify my Cold Hearts and my Renegade for this to work, but very slightly. AoE decreased defense from the Stag Knight, right? Or else we wouldn't deal enough damage. Then we're going to go into AoE number 1 from Cold Heart, AoE from Cold Heart number 1 as well, AoE from the Royal Guard. Our Renegade is taking the hits here. It's exactly what we want because she's going to die first. Then we're going to go back into a skill from Stag Knight, both Cold Hearts, then we reset the skills. This is really important in the speed tuning if you want to use Renegade for this to work. Then we're going to start taking some damage on our Cold Hearts. It's all right, but all we need to do is to make it back to the Royal Guard and one of the Cold Hearts to finish the Queen off, okay? So sometimes one, like the first Cold Heart will die, but that's all right, okay? Right there, we're almost good enough in terms of crit damage with the Royal Guard for this to work perfectly. So if anything, I could increase the gear a little bit, but between like 45 seconds and a minute, it's not the end of the world at this point. Again, what I was trying to do is just to come up with a build that reuses most of my champions so that I don't have to make specialized builds for each dungeon, okay? So let's check this banner real quick. Attack and speed, I don't know, I'll check that later. All right, so let's do the champions, and I'll explain to you guys what's important here, okay? The Royal Guard has not changed, same build, same thing for all the other dungeons that I use him in. All the skills are done, masteries, here they are. To get 100% crit rate and a decent amount of crit damage on this guy, I had to use 2 critical rate sets, and we do have 6-star crit damage gloves and a 5-star crit damage amulet. Again, this guy was built a very long time ago, is working as is, will probably never change him at this point. Stag Knight, I've shown him before, got him recently, put him in a shield set because I do use a seer. I need that extra buff every once in a while. He needs to have a decent amount of speed, so we need to be above 210-ish because both of my Cold Hearts need to be above roughly 205. So if you do want to use him though in Tag Arena, you'll need him to be maybe even faster. But for now, this is what I'm using. Decent amount of accuracy, a lot of HP, but that's because I have him in a shield set. Skills are all done on this guy. Great champion. And then here are the masteries. After that, we have our 2 Cold Hearts. So the modifications that I've done on them is to increase their speed very slightly. This one is now at 205, as well as increasing the HP so that she's above the Renegade. But you'll see the Renegade, I actually just removed gear for this to work well. We have almost 70% crit rate, which is what we really need. Decent amount of crit damage. It could be higher, but unfortunately, it's not the best gear that I keep on my Cold Hearts because I only use them for dungeons right now. So my best gear is kept for like my best champions for, let's say, Classic Arena and Tag Arena. We do have crit damage gloves, crit damage amulet. That's another thing I change on both of these. They used to have 4-star crit damage amulets. I recently got some 5 stars, maxed this out during the artifact enhancement event, good timing, and then put this on her. She has an accuracy banner. The second one currently does not because I didn't have enough HP, so I had to use like an HP banner to push her above the threshold to be above the Renegade. But same thing, the gear here very similar. I also swapped this helm, which I got recently, and the shield, which is typically on my War Maiden for Dragon 20. So again, what you see here is that I do have to make some small modifications, maybe swap out a piece or 2 on some of my champions, but overall, it's the same champions, same build for all of the dungeons. All the skills are done on both Cold Hearts, and they literally have, if I'm not mistaken, the same masteries, okay? Then we have the Renegade, which was funny enough, I just had, like I said, to remove some gear. I needed her to be really, really slow. So for the other builds, I need her to be at 130 speed. In this case, I just took her boots off. You want her to be really, really slow so that both cold hearts take 2 turns before she resets the skills. Therefore, 101 speed is just perfect. If you multiply that by 2, it's 202. Cold heart number 1 is 205. The other one is 204. Perfect. Accuracy, resistance could be higher. She wouldn't take the poison damage, but then again, I don't care. I just want her to survive long enough for her to do her A3, and then that's it. That's all she's there to do. No masteries done, because who needs masteries anyway? Overrated. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the 5 champions. Straightforward, again, kind of like fitting perfectly with my other champions for the rest of the dungeons. And of course, you do have to factor in the Great Hall. It does increase my stats by quite a lot. So if you want to compare my stats with your stats, obviously just, you know, take this into consideration. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. Again, just wanted to showcase this new speed run for my spider level 20. I really want to know what you guys think about this. Obviously, it's not the best, like 40 seconds, what for 50 seconds. It's not a game changer, but now that I have very simple builds for all my speed level 20 dungeon runs, I'm quite happy with this. So again, look at this as a whole system, and I think I'll make a separate video to go over all the champions that I use for all 4 dungeons and how they all work together in terms of like speed tuning, critical rate, crit damage, the whole thing, right? The accuracy that you need, the minimal amount. So if anything, you'll see like my entire roster for all 4 dungeons and how they're all working together. All that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys later.